how to make authentic Polish tomato soup. This is my mom's recipe. It's delicious, and to be honest, most of the Polish people prefer chicken soup, but if you make this and follow my instruction, my recipe, my mom's recipe, you will love tomato soup. It's incredible. So I will show the recipe today. Okay, I will show you all the ingredients for tomato soup, Polish tomato soup, traditional one, my mom's recipe. So we'll start with some soup bones. Usually you get soup bones for any Polish soup. I've got in here smoked ribs. If you've got smoked ribs, that means there's 2 pieces in here, quite a lot. That means you don't have to soak them. If you do have bones for soup, you need to soak them in water when you go to bed, and then in the morning you can make your soup. So you just want to soak them, get rid of all the dirt from the bones. But this one is completely fine. Ribs have got this nice smoky taste, smell, and they're gonna even add nice taste to the soup. So I'm going for ribs. We'll need some tomato puree. This one from Podliszki is the best make of tomato puree. This one is a bit bigger one, but make sure you get the small one, the smaller version, and just get the smaller one whole, so that will be enough. We'll need some carrots. We need 3 carrots, 1 parsnip, and then some celery. As you can see here, we'll need celery, 2 carrots, 1 parsnip. I usually put them in a soup whole, cook them as a whole, and then when I'm serving soup I will cut them into smaller pieces. Then we'll need some cream. The best one is number 30% cream, and it's from company called Piątnica. So it's 30% is the best, so get one of those, about 200 milliliters, and we're gonna use it all, 200 milliliters. For a tomato soup especially, you do want cream, 30%, so your soup doesn't go really bad. Sometimes, especially tomato soup with the tomatoes, it can go a bit weird. So we want to use 30%, so there is no chance the soup can go wrong. So make sure you use 30%, 200 milliliters. And then we've got some chicken stock, some herbs obviously, and then we've got some sausage. My mom usually adds some smoked sausage at the end of the cooking of tomato soup. So she cooked it for, let's say, those pieces like that. Throw it in the soup and cook it for 5 minutes with the soup, so it's add the smokiness, that amazing taste. And also, soup itself, it's obviously it's a soup, but if you add some pasta, always we use egg pasta in Poland, and some sausage, like big chunk of sausage like this, then your soup is it's enough to make you feel full, and that can be lunch or dinner, so you don't need another second dish to serve after. We also need some pasta. My mom always use a pasta like this, something like this, for a chicken or tomato soup, and it's at least 3 eggs, from 3 eggs. This one doesn't say in here, but usually 3 eggs or from 4 eggs pasta should be made. So that's our pasta. Yep, so that's everything. As you can see in here, not many ingredients, salt and pepper of course, not many ingredients, but that's all you need to make tomato soup, traditional tomato soup, Polish one. You can make it, it's very simple, but it's really tasty. So try this recipe and let me know if you prefer tomato soup or chicken soup. There's always divided opinions which one is the best, because lots of people saying it's chicken soup, but my favorite is actually tomato soup, but it has to be done right. So let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start with 4 liters of cold water first. We're gonna add it to our pan. Okay, now we're gonna add our soup bones. I've got in here, as I mentioned, I've got in here smoked ribs, so you don't have to wash them, you don't have to do anything with them, you just put them straight in. If you are using chicken bones, then you just have to soak them in a cold water overnight and then use them. Make sure in the morning you clear them, that there is no no like fatness or something which needs to be removed. So with those ribs I'm going straight in. Okay, 3 carrots we're gonna peel, and parsnip, or we're gonna peel all the veggies including celery, and then in whole we're gonna add it to the soup. Okay, whole carrots and parsnip we're gonna put in whole to our soup. celery I have cut in half, as you can see here, in 2 smaller pieces, and I'm gonna basically run it through the clean water, and I'm gonna add it as well. Okay, as you can see in here, I've got a bit too much water because it's all the way to the brim, so I'm gonna get rid of some, because once it's gonna start boil, it's gonna come out anyway, so that's no good. Okay, we're gonna be cooking, boil this for about 40 minutes until meat on our bones or our ribs are cooked. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna leave it for 40 minutes, as I said. The veggies should be nice and soft then as well, and then we're gonna do the second part. So we're gonna leave it for now. The only thing you need to be aware of, if you're using a normal soup bones, not ribs, usually once this is cooking on the top, it will come out really like not nice things on very top, like all the dirt basically on very top. Usually with a spoon you have to collect that and get rid of it. And so if you are using soup bones, just make sure from time to time you check, and there's like a foam, dirty foam on top. You just need to with a spoon it out, so make sure you do that. Okay, we're gonna wait 40 minutes. Okay, it's been 40 minutes now. As you can see in here, there's no dirty foam in here, not much anyway, only on the side a little bit in here, which is fine. So it's completely fine. If you've got obviously those soup bones, you will probably have more of that froth in here, so just get rid of it. Now it's the time to get your meat out. It should be cooked. We're just gonna basically get rid of the bones and keep the meat, and I will show you what to do next. Okay, our herbs we can add it in now at this time, and we're gonna add chicken stock now. It's best to stir it with a spoon so that chicken stock can melt. Okay, our bones, we're gonna get rid of them, and whatever meat you've got left, we're just gonna add it to our soup. Okay, now we're gonna cook our soup, and we're gonna add 1 spoon of Vegeta, and we're gonna cook it for about 5 minutes. My sister always add 1 spoon of Vegeta. You have to be careful with the salt later on, because this one has salt and basically dry veggies. How Vegeta looks like, it's like a dry veggies, basically dry stock kind of thing, and we're gonna add it. Okay, now time for tomato puree. I always use the one from Pudliszki, is the best make, this one. Small one, this one is a big one, but get a small one. So always put some soup in a bowl and then add all tomato sauce, mix it all together and then add it. So there is no chance anything can go wrong. Okay, with tomato puree we have to cook it for about 15 minutes. If you do have some smoked sausage, Polish sausage, you can cut it now in like pieces like this and throw it to the soup now after adding tomato puree, and can cook, and it basically can, you know, the flavor can go through the soup, so it will taste even nicer. But sausage is optional, as I said, if you want a whole meal, you know, make you feel full rather than just a soup, because soup, it does have noodles obviously, but if you add a bit of sausage like this, it's even nicer and you don't need to eat anything after that, so up to you. It's okay. We've got smoked sausage in here, we're gonna add it now as well. Okay, our carrots, we're gonna take it out and cut it in small pieces like that and add it straight back to our soup. The same we're gonna do with parsnip. Sausage. If you've got kids, I would definitely recommend to get rid of skin of the sausage. I've got a kid, so I get rid of the skin, and then because adults can do it themselves. So when you're eating you can eat it with the skin or you can eat it without. It's up to you. But for kids, to be on the safe side, I get rid of the skin and then cut it in small pieces like this and put it back in the soup. Okay, the time for a cream now. So we want to use 30%, not 18. But this one's 18%, but very thick, so it might work completely fine. So always the cream has to be 30%. We're gonna put a little bit of soup in a bowl, add the cream. Okay, we've got some soup in here. We're now gonna add the cream, mix it up, and then with the cream we're only gonna cook it for 3 minutes. That's it, and it will be ready. And we're just gonna add salt and pepper now to taste. So just taste it. To the tomato soup, my mom adds a little bit of sugar. It's much better then. First we're gonna add our egg noodles to our bowl. Soup and egg noodles should be always yellow color, good quality. And now time for our tomato soup.